Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
The Bexar County judge opening the microphone to people who think they have issues that need resolving. This coming after a series of shootings involving convicted criminals still on the street.
So Judge Peter Sakai holding his second community conversation tonight, offering citizens the chance to change and choose what they want to be talking about. And he promises to listen. So during the first meeting, a big topic of discussion, recent violence in and around our community. It includes an uptick of shootings between suspects and law enforcement.
People also voiced concerns about repeat offenders getting back on the street due to low bonds and plea deals. During last week's meeting, Judge Sakai promised to look at anything and everything to find a solution, which he said includes working with the district attorney's office.
Now, tonight's meeting will take place at the Will W. Jackson Community Hall. That is on the city's northeast side. It's set to start at 5:30 this evening. You can find all the dates for the remaining meetings on our website right now, KSAT12. Judge Peter Sakai plans to hold 2 more community conversations. And this noon, the search continues for a missing woman. San Antonio police, they are looking for 36-year-old Angela Segura. Now, she was last seen Saturday on the city's east side, about 5 feet tall. Last seen wearing a dark yellow shirt, blue jeans, purple Skechers, and had a beige purse. If you have anything that can help investigators find Angela, you're asked to call SAPD's Missing Persons Unit. That number on the bottom of your screen, 210-207-7660.
Taking a look outside with live cam. We had an opportunity, as we called it, for rain last night. Did we meet that potential, Sarah?
Yeah, a few communities got a little bit of rain yesterday, mainly downtown and southeast of San Antonio in Bexar County. And this afternoon is going to be a little quieter, but I want to show you something. Take a look at live cam right now, and you can see those puffy cumulus clouds. You can see how they're trying to develop in the vertical. They're trying to grow taller. Today's not a great day for rain, but there is a very small 10% chance for a stray shower or storm this afternoon. Otherwise, it's hot out there. It's 90 degrees right now in San Antonio. At least dew points are in the 60s rather than the 70s, so it's muggy, but it's not too humid. Take a look at the clouds and temperatures. You can actually see each of those individual clouds from space. Pretty cool to see that. And temperatures are really starting to warm up. 90 in Castroville, 89 at JBSA Randolph, 90 in New Braunfels, Kerrville, you're at 84, and it's 82 at Bernie Stage Airfield. As we look ahead to the rest of your afternoon, here's what you can expect as you're picking up kids. High temperature up to about 96 degrees this afternoon under partly cloudy skies, and we'll be looking at temperatures staying in the 90s until about sunset, and then we'll be in the upper 80s by 8 p.m. Hey, coming up in the forecast, this September is likely to go down in the record books. I'll tell you why coming up in just a bit. Ursula.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Round 2 at the Alamo Dome tonight with another major act sure to pack downtown traffic at concert time. It's Guns N' Roses. They're set to perform at 6. And if it's anything like last night's Pink concert, getting there is a battle of patience with an hour-long traffic jam from near downtown to the Alamo Dome. Dome officials want to remind you that Via's Park and Ride service to the Dome starts at 4:30. Buses are going to run for another hour after the concert. The cost for that Via bus is $1.30 each way, and it goes without saying that if you have other business downtown around that time, you might want to avoid the area. And heads up for fans, the Dome's clear bag policy is still in effect. Now, you can bring regular small bags or clutches. If you have a bigger bag, it needs to be a clear bag, and there are certain dimensions. 1-gallon freezer bags also allowed. If you want to take a closer look at the Dome's policy, as well as a list of parking garages near the Dome, it's all on our website on KSAT.com. Plus, another note. There's still construction happening downtown, so we have a look at all the road closures and detours that you might be running into.
Well, one driver drove nearly 30 miles only to end up in jail. New Braunfels police arresting that man early this morning after he led them on a lengthy chase. As Katrina Weber reports, it ended with a crash that also left 2 other people injured.
Paramedics try to help a man stuck in his van after someone trying to get away from police hit him. New Braunfels PD says the injured man was caught in the middle of another driver's mess. Officers had noticed the car painted the wrong color in their city around 3 this morning and initially thought it might be stolen. They say before they could talk to the driver, he took off, leading them on a chase all the way into San Antonio. It came to an end about a half hour later when the car lost the wheel and crashed into the van near I-35 and Space Center. Based on what police say, that driver was definitely on a mission to get away, leading them along I-35 for miles, even rolling over a spiked strip. But what they still don't know is why he ran. Even after the car stopped, police say the driver didn't. With help from their dog and SAPD, officers caught him as he ran from the crash scene. A passenger in his car also had to be treated at a hospital, but police say all the injuries were minor. The runaway driver, meanwhile, could be facing some major charges. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
A gathering of grieving parents at University Methodist Church underscoring the impact murder has on families. Families say that while a senseless murder takes one life, it affects countless others and generations of lives. They say it is a grief that no one else can understand unless you've lived it, and the pain they feel will never leave them.
Keep your faith going, and that's what I do every morning. You know, that's what gets me out of bed, my faith in God. He gives me the strength to do it every single day.
San Antonio Police and Bexar County Sheriff's investigators were at the memorial yesterday as well, encouraging families to continue to be a voice for their loved ones' unsolved murders. Since the start of 2023, SAPD's investigated 125 murders. Bexar County Sheriff's Office investigating 8 murders so far.
Well, September is Hunger Action Month, and before the month ends, you still have a chance to fight hunger, support the San Antonio Food Bank. So this Hunger Action Month, you can drop off food at almost 30 different RBFCU locations. The signature red barrels will be located inside each establishment. Some of the most wanted items, they include peanut butter, cereal, tuna, beans, rice, and of course baby food. With the holiday season approaching, the San Antonio Food Bank wants to make sure families have enough food.
It is Hunger Action Month at the San Antonio Food Bank, so that means throughout the entire month of October, we are really geared in and encouraging the community to do something each day to help us fight hunger. We are currently serving 150,000 individuals every single week from our location in our 29 county service areas.
So you can also volunteer at the warehouse, the community kitchen, the garden, and the farm areas. The smallest action can make the biggest impact. Every $1 donated to the food bank, that equates to 7 meals for families and individuals in and around our community. You can find out all the information right now. Just head to KSATcommunity.com. You can scan the QR code on the screen and it'll take you right to the food bank website, and you can make a donation right there.
United Way in Bexar County still teaming up to cool people off with a free box fan. Project Cool has provided fans to seniors and people with disability for months now during this hot summer. But there are a few days left if you have not gotten one yet. You have until September 30th to get that free fan. It's on Saturdays. That's the deadline. Just call the United Way's help hotline at 211 to schedule a delivery that'll go directly to your home.
Also on KSAT.com, Goodwill San Antonio hosting a mega career fair. More than 45 different employers looking to hire, get this, more than 1,500 positions. The event is tomorrow, September 27th. Starts at 10 a.m., goes to 1 p.m. It is on East Commerce Street near the Frost Bank Center. Officials say most positions start at $15 an hour. Employers at the fair include San Antonio, Goodwill San Antonio, Amazon, City of San Antonio, Marriott International, and Zachary Construction. All right, week 3 in the NFL is over, and we are checking in with both the Texans and the Cowboys, hearing from some of the leaders in the locker rooms.
Police warning about a rise in a specific type of crime, how crooks are taking advantage of a feature that most of our vehicles have in order to catch you off guard. A theft crime that takes only a second. It impacts you, though, for months or even years if your identity is stolen, too.
So these are called slider crimes, and they're on the rise. Rhiannon Alley explains how it works and what you need to know before you open your car door.
A Texas woman is recalling the terrifying moment she became the victim of a so-called slider crime.
It's just so fast.
Surveillance video shows the woman arriving in this Houston parking lot where another car pulls up behind her. A man gets out, crouches down, and slides into the victim's unlocked passenger door, trying to take her purse. The woman screams, honking her horn repeatedly, and the man gives up after a few seconds.
Honestly, it was a fight or flight reaction.
Police across the country, including in Houston and Atlanta, have warned of an increase in slider crimes. That's when a thief quickly sneaks into an unlocked car to steal valuables. Most cases are at gas stations when victims are outside their vehicles. But the victim in Houston says a feature in her car put her in danger. She says the man got inside because her car automatically unlocks when it's put into park.
So I can't watch the video with the sounds on because you can just hear the terror in my voice.
And that was ABC's Rhiannon Allen reporting. That was terrifying.
Yes, police are urging drivers to be on the alert when you park, especially at gas stations, and make sure that your doors on either side remain locked.
Absolutely. All right, let's take a live look out at the Alamo City. I shot Sarah Spy via text yesterday. It was coming down.
You got one of the rain showers?
Oh, yeah.
Good for you, man.
I know, well, except when you look at my car and it just looks dirty now.
Well, yeah, it wasn't enough rain really to help us out.
Everybody wishes their car looked dirty right now.
Oh, yeah, everybody wishes we got a little bit of rain right now, especially on the aquifer. The aquifer is down 0.3 foot over the past 24 hours, well below the average for the month by about 30 feet. And molds have actually are still high. So molds are high past 1,000. Ragweed, pigweed, and fall elm are low as well. That rounds out the pollen count, but what about the rest of the week? I've got your forecast coming up.
Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. We know we are officially in fall. Have you started decorating the house with any fall festivals?
I actually got a soap dispenser in the shape of a pumpkin this week.
Oh, okay.
That's a sign.
Glitter.
That's a sign. That's a start.
Yeah.
With glitter.
One.
Yes, with glitter in here. Yes. Yes.
So, of course, since it is fall, we want to know what's your favorite fall activity. There are the choices on your screen. Scan that QR code. Is it a corn maze, a haunted house, fall baking, hayride, or fall sports, or bobbing for apples? And right now, fall baking is in the lead.
Oh, I do love baking, but fall sports, come on. Football, yeah. My kids are playing soccer right now. Basketball is going to start soon. What about you guys? What do you like?
I'm with Jen.
Yeah, it's
It's all
football.
about the sports.
Yeah, I think football, I mean, I'm a little biased. I think the fall sport's going to far and above the rest.
That's going to win.
All right.
Yeah, for the win.
We got money on it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll see you in a bit.
All right, Sarah Spivey, what about you on that list?
Definitely the sports. I don't know what it is, but I just love sitting down on Saturday and Sunday after the show, of course, Max.
Of course.
And watching some football. It doesn't help that my team is doing really well.
Always.
On and off the field.
Yeah.
The Chiefs.
What team? Oh, the Chiefs.
Sorry.
Suddenly,
just had to do
Spivey's
it.
a big Swiftie.
You know, all it took was Travis Kelce. I think. Okay. Hey, let's go ahead and take a look at a not so fun fact. 2023 September is likely going to be our hottest September on record, following our hottest August on record and our hottest summer on record. You get the picture. Temperatures are well above average. Now, when we talk about the average temperature, we're talking about the morning lows and the afternoon highs. And it has been hot. All September, our highs have been above 90 degrees. We've even seen, of course, on the Sunday, we had a triple-digit day of 101 degrees for the high. So this year's September likely to go down as the hottest on record, and the heat is not going to be easing up all that much. Yes, we're going to be seeing highs in the low to mid 90s, but that's still well above average. Our average high temperature this time of year is in the 80s. We should be in the 80s. We should at least be seeing cold fronts up to the north of us, at least stout cold air, and it's just not happening for us yet. It will, though. It just takes its time getting to us. I'm looking forward to October. Hopefully we'll get some cooler weather and some more rain. Here's a look at the recent rainfall about over the last 48 hours or so. You can see it's been pretty streaky in nature. San Antonio area, for the most part, has only seen, if anything, a couple hundredths of an inch of rain from yesterday morning. But you can see that there were a couple of areas in the southeastern part of Bexar County that saw about half to an inch of rainfall. This kind of rain, streaky in nature, hit or miss showers and storms, even less of a chance to see rain this afternoon, but it's a small possibility, 10%. I think we're going to have 1 or 2 isolated showers or storms pop up. As you look at the high temperature, though, 96 degrees as you're picking up the kids. Odds are, again, you will not see rain and just deal with the heat. But again, 10% chance is possible. Then by sunset tonight, temperatures will fall into the upper 80s. Take a look at forecast highs across south central Texas. Now, Del Rio, which was at 105 yesterday, likely going to be at 98 for the high today. At 96 in Cotulla, it'll be 96 in Hondo, 94 in Kerrville, and 94 in Canyon Lake. Again, temperatures well above average. And then if you have evening plans, we'll be in the 70s by midnight, but it's still going to be a little humid this evening. All right, let's take a look at the weather setup. It's fairly quiet across the state of Texas this afternoon, and honestly, very quiet across the desert southwest in the state of Texas. There's still a high pressure system right there. You'll notice that around these areas of lows, that's where we've got the rain. We're going to be entering into a weather pattern called an omega block. It's a fancy word for the fact that we're just not going to get any rain in San Antonio and for most part Texas. Around these lows, we've also got cooler weather, although not cold weather. It's 61 in Portland, 60 in Seattle, 66 in Chicago. So there's that high pressure system again going to continue to build over Texas, keeping out our rain and allowing for it to be hotter than seasonably average. So take a look at the forecast over the next few days, last few days of September, well above average, highs in the low to mid 90s. And even though the mornings will be a little bit cooler, nearer to 70 degrees, it's still going to be, in my words, obnoxiously warm outside because it has been so hot in San Antonio. Hey, coming up, not only has it been hot in San Antonio, but also in our viewing area, Del Rio. I've got fascinating facts about Del Rio. You'll want to stick around for that.
That is a fascinating fact. Kind of painful, too.
Yeah. You'll just wait and see.
Thank you, Sarah. All right, we've been talking about fall sports. Got to talk down some football. We are breaking down the big game in this week's big game coverage. And of course, speaking of big games, how about them Cowboys? Not too big a game, at least hopefully, not too good of a game. One of the leaders of the team stepping up, speaking out. Welcome back to Big Game, and this week's Big Game coverage will feature the Randolph Rollhawks hosting the Blanco Panthers in a key District 13 3A D1 contest. So, starting off with the Rollhawks, 5-0 overall this season, 1-0 in district. So far, Rollhawks have beaten Schulenburg, San Antonio Christian, YMLA, Kennedy, and then Marion last Friday, starting off district action. They were picked to finish 4th in the district by Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and here they are facing the Panthers with the first place standing in district on the line.
Yeah, it's a really big game. I think they're one of the best teams in the district, so this might be one of the deciding factors for who wins that district championship, playoff seeding and all that.
Yes, sir, definitely. In my eyes, I see this as the district championship game. If whoever wins this out right here is going to take it home.
Yeah, our goal was to win a championship, a district championship, by district championship, and Blanco. In order to do that, we got to win these district games, these really tough district games like Blanco.
All right, speaking of Blanco, we're going to head there. Beautiful, cloudy afternoon in the Hill Country yesterday, led by head coach Jamie Dixon. Panthers having a great season as well, 4-1 overall, 1-0 in District 13 3A D1. Now the Panthers have defeated Poth, Comfort, Bernie, Geneva, and then Luling last week to start district play. Antonian is their only blemish thus far in the season. The Blanco Panthers, they were tabbed to finish 2nd in the district behind Llano, and the Panthers, well, they know this game is going to go a long way to determining the district title.
Yes, sir, it's a very big game. I think this and Llano will be our games that predict the district winners, so I think it'll be a very important game.
Yes, sir, huge game. Them being 5-0, 1-0 in district like us, it'd be huge to come out with a win.
Oh, yeah, it's a big game. It is. It's a very big game. They're undefeated right now. We're 4-1. It's a big game because it helps with seeding in the playoffs if you're the district champion or if you're in second, on sides of brackets and stuff. So it's a big game.
Love Jamie Dixon. Coming in hot, this is our game of the week. Blanco, Randolph, Friday night, 7 o'clock, one of 14 games we are scheduled to get to.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
All right, check this out. Baseball Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr. working the Cowboys-Cardinals game as a still photographer And a great seat for the Cardinals. Big upset, 28-16 win over the Cowboys. Cowboys often talk about playing complementary football in regards to the offense and defense, helping each other out, but that was not the case in Arizona. The Cowboys suffering their first loss of a short season so far. Dallas, 416 yards of total offense, but they allowed 400 yards on defense. Now Dallas, 1 for 5 in the red zone. Arizona, 2 for 2. Linebacker Micah Parsons is taking the blame, leader in the locker room. He had to say this, which fired up ESPN analyst Rex Ryan.
The reality is we got to take in every game as like the Super Bowl, and we got to play up to our standard. We can't play down to teams, and I felt like that's what we did today.
I mean, you just got pummeled by that team. I mean, they whipped your tail end all over the field right there, and you're going to show lack of respect? And to me, that was total disrespect. How you do that to a team in the NFL? Just admit, they out-physicaled you. They were the better team that day. And move on. I don't know, Micah Parsons, I love you as a player, but that was a punk move.
Micah Parsons, my guy, so sorry, Rex. All right, Houston Texans, they were celebrating because they beat the Jags Sunday 37-17, first win of the season, and it is the first pro dub for rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud out of the Ohio State University, and, of course, first win for rookie head coach DeMeco Ryans.
Really proud of our guys and with the effort that they play with, the mindset, the physical mindset that our team played with. Went down to Jacksonville versus a very tough team, right? Tough opponent, and the way our guys stepped up and played, I'm very proud of that effort and that mindset. So that's a winning. That's winning football. That's what we played on Sunday, and that's what I want to see moving forward.
It is winning football because they won.
That's how that works.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
I think Houston's going to get a lot more fans this season.
I hope so.
I think this is like going to be an exciting season for them. Mark my words.
Okay, I like this next game. J.J. Watt's going to be entered into the Texans Ring of Honor, so everyone loves J.J. Watt.
It's time.
Yeah.
All right. Some farmers worried that their pumpkin patches are going to be a bit too scary this year, and not in a good way. Why some crops have taken a hit, and what it would mean for your fall plans.
And as border communities continue to see more people crossing our southern border, one city, they are working on ways to house more migrants. How an abandoned middle school being turned into a shelter, not just for people,